Hey, what's up, guys? I was working on a pistol belt for the website. I had 2 orders for them and shipped one out today and finishing them one up now. Been at the lake all day with the kids, so I'm kind of sleepy, but I wanted to get this done before I go to bed. Get the maker's mark put in here. leather project I'm most proud of that I've done so far. And I don't know. Um, I don't know. Probably probably the big Western gun belts that I do. They have like the floral border on them, and uh, I'm usually pretty proud of those when I get them done. Another thing I'll show you is hanging up here. This is not a Fortner's Frontier leather product that I have that I'm about to show you. It's actually part of the uh, luxury brand. Um, but these purses, this one's not stitched up, but these bags, I've been really proud of these. They're very simple, but they women seem to love these bags, and I've sold quite a few of them. You can see the brand there, Jazz Marie. This was not stitched up, but you can see it's a really nice handbag for women. Nothing to do with this, outdoor stuff, but I actually really like making purses. It's uh, they're when I finish these, I feel really accomplished with them. So, and like I said, people really like these purses. Hello. So we got the holes punched out. This end's ready. Yeah, some people think it's strange that I make purses. I don't really know why. But this leather is far too thick for the belt keeper. It would be way too bulky there. So I split it down. I skive it down about half the width. Or not the width, but the thickness. I love doing these lives because people get to see that how everything really is done by hand. Nothing's done with machinery here. Sometimes people don't believe me, and then when they see these live streams, they believe me. They're like, "Oh, wow, he really is doing all this stuff by hand." Yep, always have for like 10, 12 years. I'll send those measurements tomorrow. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy, dude. Now that we got the keeper cut out, get it the right length. It needs to fit around. A little bit shorter. bevel the edges. Smooth. Now those edges are nice and smooth on that. And we'll put a little edge coat on them. Set that to dry for a minute, and then we'll continue on the belt itself. Tactical Muffin Top, what's up, brother? Now, we'll do the edges on this belt, and then we'll go back. A little line with these wing dividers, just a little border, a little decorative border around the edge. Just give it a little more character. So now we just have a line around the edges. And that'll pop out a little more once I get the finish on it. We'll bevel the edges. So when people ask why does custom leather work cost so much, well, it's because there's a lot of time that goes into it. If y'all stick around, you'll see this belt actually get completely finished and come to life. Because I'm going to have this rolling until it's done. The short attention span folks come in and out really quick. This is not for people with short attention spans. But this will be finished live on this video. Get all these shavings off. So now we have the edges are all beveled up. One thing I like to fix is you see on these hides, usually on one end they'll be kind of fuzzy. See here, the grain's really tight. It's good. But down here, about 10 inches or so, it's really fuzzy. So I'll try to get rid of that as much as possible. I'll burn some off with a lighter, and then I'll pull them up as much off as I can. Then I'll singe it all with a lighter, and then I'll go over and slick it. So I gotta get my lighter. Sometimes I can just skive a lot of it off. But I don't know if that's going to work on this one or not. I don't want to go too hard on it because I don't want to thin the belt out too much. But I'll scrape off what I can. I have a leather splitter out in my shed, but I don't use it very much. One thing I don't like about saddle setting is I tend to always get that loose grain at one point of the hide or the other. That smooths it out quite a bit, actually. And singe some of this off. And now for the remainder, we'll just dampen it a bit. bone folder and slick it best we can. It's not going to be perfect, but nothing is ever perfect. I know there's a lot of people in here right now that are not familiar with my channel. I hope you'll give me a subscribe, and if you're into leather work, and then you can head over to my other channel, Modern Frontiersman, if you're into preparedness and self-reliance, homesteading, tactical training, all that kind of stuff. That's Modern Frontiersman. This is my leatherworking channel. So I hope you'll subscribe and keep an eye on all my work. You can visit my website at modernfrontiersman.com and get my leather work. I even have a rifleman training course coming to there soon. I do all this stuff by hand here in my shop in Alabama. Let's see. Demo man. I've been working so much, I've been missing everyone's lives. I feel you, man. I haven't been watching too much YouTube lately. I've been doing my own stuff, you know, more just kind of focusing on what I do rather than what everybody else is doing. And I feel like a lot of prepper channels, like not the close homies, you know, but some of the other, especially the bigger ones, have kind of lost their way a little bit. I've kind of lost interest in a lot of things they talk. Get that stapled together. Now it's ready to go on the belt when we're done. Now we gotta burnish these edges. Once again, if you're new here, I hope you'll hit subscribe and keep up with my work. Come on and stay a while. I think there's enough fake stuff on YouTube. I like to provide real stuff. This is real, not Instagram ready. "35 people in here. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Boost me up in the algorithm if you would. I'd appreciate it. Who all we got in here? If you hadn't said them, say hello. Welcome everybody that just showed up. We're making a gun belt. Now the edges are all slicked up. Everything's good to go. Now we're ready for some edge coat. You can easily mess the whole piece up doing the edge coat. I learned a long time ago to be very careful when doing edge coat. If you make a mess with it, you're not getting it off. Everybody, feel free to check out my website. If there's anything leather you need, it's modernfrontiersman.com. Modernfrontiersman.com. Everything's handmade here in from North. Veteran owned and operated. All that stuff. If there's anything you need, I'd love to make something for you. So that side. That side is coated now. Just gotta let that. I got it on my arm, and it doesn't wipe off. You just have to kind of let it wear off. So I'll let that dry a few seconds, and then just a few minutes, and then we come back and do the other side. We got the fan facing down here because it's hot right now. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna let these. We're gonna let this edge dry real quick. That one. This is ready to go. We just gotta let this edge dry before I start messing with the other side. Every time I don't, I'll end up touching it and getting those black fingerprints on the face of the leather, and then it's ruined. I have to scrap it and start back over again. So we'll let this. Still a few wet spots, but I think we can continue on now. Figured everybody would drop out when I walked away. It's alright. I said this is not for short attention spans. This is not the work for lack of patience. I'm gonna do this side so I can see the front. People don't often see the time and effort that goes into handcrafted products, handcrafted leather products in particular. So then when they see a price, they're like, oh, $50 for a belt or what have you. It's like, that's ridiculous. What is it, made of gold? Like, no, bro. Like, it takes time and to make it nice and make it something you're proud of. Like, it takes time. That's why handcrafted leather items are not cheap. It's not big box store mass produced stuff. Some people don't get that. And for those that don't know, this edge coat just seals up the edges and prevents moisture and stuff from getting inside, oil, sweat from your body, anything from in the leather, and it up. It just protects those edges. Now, the edges are done. While that's dry, go ahead and get everything ready to finish it up. So I'll use some Resolene to put over top as a finish. It'll also help protect leather. It'll give it a little bit of sheen. It'll protect the outside. So we need the Resolene. Then we'll need a buckle, using these blued metal buckles, because people people want to be tactical, so on these belts, I don't use these brass ones. I use the brass ones on like the Western gun belts. These are 2-inch wide buckles. But on these regular like EDC pistol belts, I use the gunmetal black, as they call it. It's blued metal. Well, if I can find them, what did I do with them? Here they are. So we have the and then Chicago screws that'll hold the belt together. 2 of those, front and back. That's right there. I gotta open up another pack of them. I've used up a pack. Refill, resupply. Every time I buy supplies, I buy double. So, like the closest indie leather is an hour away, and so I like to buy stuff in person as much as possible, and that's the only leather shop that I know of anywhere nearby. So I drive down to Birmingham, Alabama, and I go to Tandy Leather there, take hardware and all that stuff. A lot of times I order leather from Wickett and Craig. I like to get it straight from the tannery. Their leather's usually always fantastic, but if there's something else I'm wanting to use or something I'm wanting to try, I'll go get it myself and go put my hands on it and make sure it's good quality, if I can. So I'll run down to Tandy if I'm going to do that. A few more minutes and this will be dry. We'll be able to finish. By the way, if you go to my website and you order anything at all at modernfrontiersman.com, every order comes with a free key fob as well. So I give that as a gift just for my appreciation for you letting me craft stuff for you. So if you order anything, like if you were to order one of these gun belts, you get a belt and the key fob in the package. I like to give free stuff away. And also, everything comes with a lifetime warranty and free repair for $80 for a holster. He said, if I spend $180 for a holster, then it better not need repairs. I'd be pissed if it needed repairs. Well, everything will need repairs at some point. It doesn't matter what it is, how much it costs. Everything can break, everything will have issues. So I like to provide that service for free, because if I make something, I want to make sure it holds up for the person. So yeah, if you get anything, you get the free key fob and free repairs for life. I'll even, if somebody can send something back and, hey, I just want this touched up, or I just want the edge coat finished back up because it chipped off, I do it for free. If stitching comes out of a holster or whatever, send it back and I'll stitch it back up for free. And all the services are free after you buy something. And like I said, you get the free key fob with it too. So it's cool. Oh, another thing. I don't know how many people are here right now from Modern Frontiersman, from my other channel that's into the preparedness stuff. But so I got this IFAC here from Jay at Prepared Citizens. A cool thing. See, it's got his little logo there. This is an IFAC from Prepared Citizens. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I have what we call tactical, where people can keep these in their truck or wherever, and a little leather pouch, and you know, something that looks nice, something that doesn't look all tactical. Uh, and he said he's had a lot of people ask for that. So I was over there in Georgia doing some training with him, and he's like, "Hey, let's do some leather pouches for the IFAC." I was like, "That's a great idea." So this is the leather I make my work aprons out of. So I was like, "Hey, I can use that same leather for IFAC pouches. That would be pretty cool." Just make a little pouch, slip this down in, have a little leather handle on top of it, and people can keep it in their car doors or wherever, and they have their medical kit in a nice leather pouch that looks nice and looks discreet as well. So now we're gonna get some Resolene on here and finish this belt. I use just old cut up t-shirts that I don't wear anymore for finishing and stuff. And this will darken the leather a bit. So for anybody that's wanting to get into leather work, you see the difference here. You can see it's a little darker here than it is here. For anybody that's wanting to get into leather work, or if you're wanting to oil or refinish a leather item that you have, be aware that it will slightly darken the leather. People's asked me how to avoid that, but you can't. Doing anything to it's going to alter the color of, even if it's just barely noticeable. So I usually put 2 coats, put 1. And usually by the time I'm done with that first coat, it's dry. And this stuff dries fast, but this is like an acrylic finish. It's a protective acrylic finish. So I'll do 2 or 3 layers. See it put a little sheen on the belt, and it'll dry and it'll protect that leather. Put a little bit on the keeper as well. Whatever's left, I'll just put it on there again. So now we have an acrylic finish over top of that leather. Fairly dry now, pretty much dry. We'll buff it with this. This is a horsehair brush. And all these tools are ridiculously expensive. Like even this brush, I think this brush is like $30-40, I think, for a horsehair brush. But I learned pretty quickly, getting into leather work, not to skimp on the tools, because if you buy quality, more luxury type tools, they tend to do a really good job. I use pretty expensive needles too. But this basically would just buff this leather. See? Made it really nice. What do y'all look pretty? Nobody's been saying anything, unless I just can't see the chat for some reason, but see, the maker's mark stood out a little more once I got the finish on there. The Fortner's Frontier Leather logo. Okay, now we can get this thing finished up. Now all we have to do is put the keeper on, put the buckle on and the screws, and it's done. And y'all have, or anybody who's been here through the whole thing, just witnessed an entire gun belt in the making. Oh no, I think that's too big. It's no problem, we can cut that off. Actually, it's actually so big, I can be able to cut it and then re-staple it. It should fit fine. Let's jerk that out to the hair. Yep, that should be good. There we go. Good as new. Yeah, that's a little smaller. That'll fit a little tighter. Put the buckle on. This leather it's sometimes hard when I first make one to get the buckle on this thick saddle skirting, because it's so stiff. It's sometimes kind of hard to bend the leather to get the buckle on. You just kind of have to manhandle it and fumble with it. Those holes aren't big enough either. Put it to the wrong side. first ones on. So there we have it, folks. Just finished up. If you've been here the whole time, you just witnessed an entire and fits. Let's see. And there we have it. A brand spanking new pistol belt, just handmade right before your eyes. So you can see that everything really is completely handmade. So once again, modernfrontiersman.com is where you can get these. Everything comes with a free key fob, lifetime warranty, lifetime repairs and maintenance, and I stand behind everything that I do. Once again, here it is again. You witnessed it here. The entire process from the beginning to the end, making a handcrafted leather pistol belt. I hope everybody will hit subscribe. Stay tuned. Got some big projects coming here and to the other channel. My other channel is Modern Frontiersman, where we talk about preparedness and self-reliance. Do some tactical training, all that kind of stuff that goes along with that. So, handmade for your dad for Father's Day, modernfrontier.com. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me while I made this belt. And as I always say, stay self-reliant.